It's like
takes one. Just one.
Takes one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are open for negotiations. If an investor wants to buy a piece of equity of News AF, we are listening today.
Tyson will only take 20 billion trillion. So
20
that's
trillion
where
billion.
it starts. Oh, 20 trillion billion.
Listen, it's not even about that. It's like, I think that News AF is good enough program because we're three geniuses.
Yep.
That if we did it every day or if we did it multiple times a week, it would pick up a lot of steam.
The people who love it really love it.
We just need more people like that.
Yeah.
Do we have people that hate it? Are there people? I haven't ever heard
the people that hate it don't listen.
But are there people that hate it?
People who hate everything.
Yeah.
Probably. They hate
people
us
who hate ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandma,
June. People who hate it largely ignore it.
Okay.
That's what we want.
That's it. That is the sweet spot.
That's ideal. Yeah.
That we only talk to the people who love it, and the people who hate it largely ignore it.
Okay. Well, as long as we can get our 20 trillion billion, then
Good morning, Colleen.
Yeah. You're happy.
Yeah. And I don't even need 20 trillion billion. Like, let's say we each make $1 million a year by doing this every day. Still worth it, you guys?
Yes. I'm currently not making that much, so
okay.
Step up.
Then let's just figure it out, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till Elon gets high, since that was our strategy that we settled on before.
Yeah, we thought if we like approach Elon at the right moment, if he's like on the right psychedelics, could get a good meeting.
Listen to this. So I just retweeted our live feed.
Yes.
On X.
Yes.
And it says retweeted on X. Like the notification on X, the platform, still calls it a retweet.
Yeah, should they call it a re-X?
That's what I'm saying. They should expunge all any reference to tweet or Twitter.
It's still twitter.com. I don't know if they have x.com.
I think they do. Didn't they steal it from somebody? Dug a tunnel
over
x.com
does point to twitter.com.
Dug a tunnel, then got a submarine made, verbally assaulted a scientist, and then
marched in with flamethrowers
and cyber trucks that immediately broke down and then
cut fingers off.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Should we start
wind up the machine? Yeah.
Wind up the machine.
Wind up the machine. Good to have everybody here with us today for a new News AF. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories here on February 6th, 2024, here on News AF.
If a story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. Saying no news makes you bored to death. It's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yes, that's right. News AF, the show that's fans who love it. They really love it. And we are back here to talk with them here today on News AF, back with our Pickleball's top influencer. Here he is, Father Nature, Tyson Apostol. Tyson, how are you?
Choo choo. I'm doing great. Got to play with some pro level pickleball players this past weekend, which is always a treat. It just elevates the game. Even if I'm the weak link on the court, everything is elevated, so it makes it better.
Wow.
And so it was a lot of fun. Lots of new
That's
gear.
how I feel podcasting with you guys.
Oh,
there were two.
This whole thing.
Yes.
This whole thing, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah. Tons of new gear coming out. The pickleball gear is on its way. New paddles, new balls, new bags, new clothing. It's all new shoes, all of it. And so that's happening.
That's a new line, or you're getting new stuff?
Getting new stuff. I mean, Gamma Pickleball has sick new paddles that just came out. And Fila always is dropping new gear, and it's like a step above what their last stuff was every time. So like,
do these brands make like knee braces and ankle braces? Because it seems like the demographics of pickleball are older.
It seems like you're out of touch, Danny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying young people don't play. I'm just saying that I've read a lot about old people playing and getting injured. It seems like this is a missed opportunity for these brands to shore up their customers' knees and joints.
There's already brands that do that.
Yeah.
that's
Like
we
what?
mean by
Fila's
that.
going to jump into the brace.
Yeah,
game
why
all of a
not,
sudden?
dude?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Fila knee brace,
I think
super
we want to be
sexy.
identifying with like the young virile pickleball players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's
me.
true. You
Like
want to
let
wear it.
the losers advertise on the injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if we
exactly.
could make injury prevention sexy?
Mm.
Like sleek carbon
can't.
knee
You can't.
braces that
Mhm.
hold a beverage.
Living fast and loose is the only sexy way to live, Danny. If you're trying
Not
to be like
conservative and slow
and preventative, no,
and
Mhm.
preventative.
not at all. Not at all.
All right. Okay.
Risk adverse
All right, I
is
tried.
not attractive. Yeah. Rachel's going out of town for a week, a yoga retreat with my mom and sister-in-law.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's my mom
Intermingling.
going with her two sister-in-laws, her two daughter-in-laws, her two daughter-in-laws. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Look at your mom making an effort.
Wow.
it was supposed to be daughters too, but daughters didn't come through.
Mhm.
So then the daughter-in-laws are there and it's fun. But I think my mom actually, I won't say prefers hanging out because who knows who's listening to this, but definitely enjoys the company of Rachel and my sister-in-law.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's preferred, but probably.
It sounds
And
like when you hang out with friends and your friend invites his friend that you don't know, and then your friend backs out and you
Mhm.
lose that mediator, and now you're stuck with a stranger.
except for that, they're not strangers. Like they
That's true.
know,
That's true.
they know each other. Yeah. It would be more like if you were doing a son and son-in-law thing with your father-in-law, and then all of
Oh, that would
his
be
true
awkward.
sons dropped out. Yeah.
Yeah, I would drop out too.
So
I'd
yeah.
be like, I have to get a colonoscopy. So
Oh.
I won't be able to
Oh,
make it.
did you guys get yours yet? Because we're all 45 almost.
Yeah.
No,
This year,
I
right?
know.
I may have something on the books, Tyson.
Yes.
I'm
Should we
waiting
do a
for this
colonoscopy pod?
camera
I would
pill.
prefer not to.
I mean, not while you're doing. Just talk about it and let people know, because I don't know anything about it except for that
Yeah.
they go in the butt, right?
That is what it's the reason for the season, I believe. Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
They're advancing technology that is not butthole related, and they're saying that blood tests and other things are getting up there in diagnosing. And I'm just hoping they'll hurry up in the next couple months and make that a thing.
Mhm.
As the age for mandatory colonoscopy drops, the younger scientists are more actively
Yeah, right.
working on
No
ways
one
around.
cared. No one cared when it was the
when you
old
were-
people with the knee
yeah.
braces and the
Yeah.
ankle braces. Now they're like, oh wait, younger people need these.
Oh my
Let's make this
gosh.
sexy.
I have to get one in 4 years. Can science figure out a way for me to not
Yeah,
have
not-
to do a colonoscopy?
It does seem like another thing that 20 years from now that will be like scoffed at, that you will say like, do you know what I had to do?
The Gen Xers were
Exactly.
the last generation to get colonoscopied.
Getting, yeah,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
know, always last for everybody.
Ooh. Well,
Not a priority.
yeah.
So Tyson, you're watching
Yeah.
the
They'll
kids
get
all
it
week.
figured out for the millennials.
I'm watching.
Does
the
that
kids
mean you're
all
doing
week.
makeup?
Right now?
No. Isn't there a dance thing too? You're
Yeah,
responsible for.
yeah. There is a dance thing I'm responsible for. Again, Rachel's missing the second one of
Oh my
number 2.
God.
She's missed both of them.
Convenient.
Yeah, and then it's also Valentine's Day, so I have the kids' Valentine's stuff going on next week without
Oh.
Rachel
I
here.
forgot
And
about
where's your
that.
Valentine's Day?
Mine?
Yeah.
I am very happy to skip Valentine's Day.
Oh.
No sweat. That for me, this is fine. And Rachel probably feels like she gets some Valentine's Day over there
Mhm.
doing yoga or whatever. So she
Yeah.
balancing chakras. So she's fine. Our anniversary is Thursday.
Oh,
Oh.
it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a week.
But
As in 2 days from now?
yeah,
Or when she's away?
yeah, no, 2 days from now. And she
Yeah.
wants to go out, but Thursday nights are historically my pickleball night.
Yes.
So I was thinking I already had an argument. I was like, we can do something another night for our anniversary, but you're going to be gone all week next week. So I won't be able to play pickleball any nights. So I'll play on our anniversary and then we'll just do makeup anniversary at some point. But I don't know. Yeah.
How
but
about
it's
a
gonna
lunch
rain.
date? Could you do that? Could you lunch on Thursday?
Rachel wanted to do a brunch thing on Thursday.
Yeah. Because the kids are at school. It's a good time to go.
Yeah. Oh, and we had a lockdown, dude. A full lockdown.
What do you mean?
School lockdown last week. We got a text, active shooter in the area, not at the school, but around. School is full lockdown, heavy police presence, no coming in, no going out. Perimeter around the school of cops. Some guy was on the loose. He had tried to rob some stuff and had a weapon with him. And then the police pit maneuvered him near somewhere kind of like a mile away from the school. And then he took off by foot. And then there was a full-on manhunt in the desert. But it was a lot. There was not enough. There was not a lot of information. And we were watching it on the news, and I was over at the school, like talking to the police. And then part of me was like, I'm just standing out here in the open. This guy like comes through the bushes. I'm done. Just crumple.
Singles you out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Tall.
I'm the tallest. Yeah. I'm the tallest and look the most alpha just based on my stature, you know? So he obviously he's like the leader. Yeah. That's the leader. Yeah. So we dealt with that. And then we just skipped school on Friday to take a break after.
Wow.
So lots of crazy stuff going on.
Wild West still there in Arizona.
I guess so. Yeah.
Were the kids shaken up, or that it's just like over their heads?
Oh my gosh, Marlo. So they tried, but it was a full lockdown. So they locked all the classrooms. All the kids had to hide from like the window of the door and be tucked away in a corner. And they were like reading books and doing other things. But Marlo was like, I need to document this moment. She drew every student in her class with a frowny face.
Sounds accurate.
And then wrote on her page, she's 5, so she's learning how to write. She wrote, today was lockdown. It was scary. And it was like pretty
simpler
sad
times when we were kids. Everyone would have been up against the window, you know, back in the 90s while the police had a shootout on the school lawn. But not anymore. Lockdowns. All right. Well, Arizona.
Yeah. But they handled it good. And I kind of was like, there was 2 helicopters in the sky circling, drones everywhere. They had the dogs out. They had teams of search parties looking for this guy. So I was like, okay, I guess like it seems like they're doing a lot to keep everything away from the school.
Do they have any of those new bird drones?
I didn't see any. I saw birds. Is that what they are?
Secret. Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
The beauty of it.
Yeah, I did see birds. I did see birds, but I didn't know if those were drones or not drones.
Perfect. Then it's working.
So,
yeah. Works out.
Danny,
perfect.
are those the same headphones you always use? Because they look particularly large today.
Maybe my head grew wider during the night.
No,
so
your head narrowed. Your head narrowed, making
my head is shrinking.
Yeah, making the
Are the headphones too tight? Could they be compressing the head, Danny?
It's possible. Although I don't have a headache, wouldn't that be the first sign?
It
Maybe
would be
blindness and a headache.
Yeah.
So I haven't gone completely blind. I just have mild tunnel vision currently.
Okay.
So we're good. No, these are the same ones, Tyson, but thank you for your concern.
Yes.
What are you up to,
We didn't even
Danny?
introduce Danny. Danny
We
Bryson.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
He's here. He's here with or
Always
without an
present.
introduction.
Just getting squeezed slowly to death by my headphones like a cranial anaconda.
Giant, powerful headphones.
I just wanted to be able to hear you guys. You know, it's important that I hear everything, inflection in your voice, the subtle, the subtle things. So that's why I'm wearing them.
Yeah. I prefer earbuds even while I'm doing podcasting and stuff, but I think this adds a level of professionalism, at least in the look. So that's why I have these, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Look how big those headphones are. He must be professional.
Yeah. Coming to you live from all of our houses.
Yes.
We're here on the grounds of the Super Bowl.
So,
all I need is that. All I need is that mouthpiece.
Danny, will you watch the Super Bowl this year?
Oh man, I need to buy a couch, an outdoor couch, and a TV. I don't know if I have
Mhm.
enough time to get all that done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. I could just drive down there and listen to the announcements
Yeah.
from outside the building.
Las
Mhm.
Vegas.
But no, I will be watching it. 49ers are my team. I don't know why or
I
how.
didn't know that.
Yeah, just when I was a kid, I loved the 49er pencils.
Because your
from
dad,
the-
was it not your dad?
yeah,
that-
my dad's from Oakland, so you'd think I
Yeah.
would be a Raiders fan, but nope. 49ers all the way. Purdy is his name, right?
Brock
The quarterback?
Purdy.
Purdy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got bad news for you. He's getting fucking throttled by Kansas City this week. That's my bold prediction.
Wow.
49ers are the 2-point favorite.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. I see a crumbling of the 49ers. I think that it's not even going to be close. I think KC's going to stomp all over them.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, I've got my opinions, and according to
Okay, hope
my love of the
this
49ers,
rivalry doesn't open up a rift at the
It
end of the
re-
podcast.
it really could. As you can
Never.
tell, I'm just like into sports and 49ers in general. So this could be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, it would be fun to see Brock Purdy win the Super Bowl. That would be a fun underdog story. But
Wasn't he like drafted like 400 or something?
He was
Dead
the last
last.
pick in the draft. Yeah.
See,
dead
that's
last.
pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So yeah.
Okay. Be on the lookout for
Rob.
that. All right. So we don't have too many Super Bowl stories, but let's get into the way that some people might be watching the Super Bowl, and let's talk about the new Apple Vision Pro. Tyson, it's everywhere.
I'm waiting for the Apple Vision SE to come out. Affordable, no Wi-Fi, colorful. You can only plug it in. You have to plug it in directly to an Ethernet to utilize it. Like they don't. As soon as that one comes out, I'm getting it. Yeah. It got released.
Yeah.
And I imagine that Apple fanboys were jizzing themselves at the store as the first guy walked out with one and was like, I got it. And everybody else in the line
He was
is like,
wrestled to the
"Ah!"
ground.
Wrestled to the ground and open it. Let's touch it. And everybody is like, so cool. And
I
don't
don't
know.
understand how well it's being received, because every article is hit or miss. Like any new technology, it's hard to really understand what the purpose of it is, because no one has really decided. And two, whether or not it's good or bad. You have Apple boys who all day long will praise it, but then you also have the anti-Apple people who are like, this is crap. It gave me diarrhea. It's stupid.
It gives you
I don't see the point."
diarrhea. Is that one of the simulators?
No, that isn't one.
No,
It's
like you
no.
just got
motion
giardia.
sickness.
Motion
Sickness
yeah.
is
Oh,
something
okay.
which can lead to diarrhea. Okay,
Vomiting more likely.
Yeah.
but
Motion
potentially
sickness can
diarrhea.
lead to diarrhea.
I think so. That's my own diagnosis. I'm gonna look that up right
No.
now, because I just threw
I
that
don't
out
think
there. But
that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
No.
Yeah, we do have a story that talks about some of the after effects of this augmented reality headsets, not singling out the Vision Pro, but there is an article that talks about some of the effects of it. But there's been a lot of news stories about the Vision Pro. This is from Vice, which has this article yesterday. Apple Vision Pro turned the real world into a Black Mirror episode overnight.
The Real World TV show or the real world? Like
There was
our
our real world.
Look, there were some cool elements in Black Mirror, so that's not all bad.
Yeah. For instance, there were a few viral stories going around this week of these two gentlemen who were spotted at a restaurant with both with the Vision Pro headsets on.
So, like, you can still maneuver throughout your life with these on.
No, I think these are all Broga Chads.
Yeah,
just
these
trying
might
to
be
get out
just
there.
influencers.
I
who are out there.
100% think that's what
Okay.
it is. The guy who drove in the car with it.
Yeah, here's
these
a
guys-
guy who is driving in the car.
Yeah.
His Vision Pro headset on.
And he
Okay,
admitted that
that's
it was a
funny.
skit.
Yeah. That's funny.
Tyson, you should go out there and play pickleball with the Vision Pro headset on.
How about this is what I will do? I'll just tape my phone to my face with duct tape and be like, I found a hack to, so you don't have to spend all the money. Like, is that
Okay,
funny?
but no,
is that
that would
funny?
be
Duct
no,
tape around the
no.
head and on the hair and stuff?
Oh, yeah, if you really lean into the joke that hard,
Yeah.
you will get some press, I guess. But no,
you
you
don't-
got to play pickleball with your Apple headset on, Tyson.
Yeah, but
Okay,
people have been spotted in the real world, and nobody seems to think that it looks cool. The
Doesn't.
one thing it does seem like maybe if you didn't have it, if instead of buying a new TV, if you
Mhm.
just like had like you can like lay down on your bed and sort of like have like the whole ceiling is now the TV. That seems pretty cool. But other than
Yeah.
that, I'm not sure the other applications for having the Vision Pro
But
headset
all the
at
other
$3,500.
all the other headsets already did that. Like Google had their little 3D thing where you just plug the phone into the headset and put
Google
it on your
Cardboard?
face. Google Cardboard, that which then became like Google something. It became something else. And that you could watch Netflix and it was like a movie theater style,
Yeah.
like the whole thing. So like they already had that. And I just feel like you're setting yourself up to get sucker punched if you put this on anywhere.
In
Like, can
public.
you,
Yeah, literally, right? Because
Yeah.
that's another thing that people have said, that you are very much like, if you are like a mugger and you see somebody walking down the street with a
Yeah.
Vision Pro headset on, that they are a very easy target. They
Yeah.
do not have a very good sense of peripheral vision.
yeah,
And they're advertising that they have $3,500.
And they also have a
Yes.
very accessible $3,500 device on their person.
on their face that you just like pull off and run. Like, I think that just like, yeah, I think we're going to see a TikTok trend of pranking people with their stupid goggles on.
I think what we're seeing is that initial attention grabbing, I got the product first moment. And then eventually this will all quiet down
Mhm.
and the Apple Vision Pro will find its niche. You know, it'll find where it belongs, probably in an office somewhere.
Yeah.
You think?
What kind
With
of
guys
office?
do it,
Like
with
I
guys like,
have no idea.
people that are like flying drones for the army.
Yeah, maybe.
but they already have headsets for that.
But I need
Mhm.
to wear this to really understand. I don't want to, but to really understand what it can do, I would have to wear it.
Are you going to go to an Apple store and do a test drive?
No way. Put on a public pair of goggles. That's just asking for pink eye.
Here's the
Yeah.
viral thing, Danny.
Big guy.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, that is
Go-
fine.
go to the Apple store,
Okay.
test
I
one
won't do
on,
that.
go to a pornography website and crank up the volume as loud as you can and just sit there watching pornography in the headset at full volume.
You think that's what that'll definitely be what happens on airplanes?
yeah.
Where you're like sitting next to the guy with the Vision Pro and you don't know what he's watching, but you are hearing some interesting sounds. Like the guy who built his little fort next to me on the plane.
Uh-huh.
Famously.
He was making some weird sounds, but
This
now he
is
doesn't
a
need the
fort
fort.
built in. The fort
Yes,
is built right
exactly.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not listen, I'm sure that people get excited about that. There's a reason that these AR and 3D and whatever goggles exist, but I don't feel like it's going to take over anytime soon. It's not going to replace the phone. It's not going to replace a computer.
Well, think about Google Glass. How long ago?
Mhm.
How long ago did it come out? Do you remember, Tyson?
like a decade ago.
It's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and so you can see the progress slowly moving forward. Steps are made in computing, steps are made in battery power. Eventually, they're going to find something, and we'll put it on, and no one will know, and it'll be amazing. It'll give us real-time directions. Maybe it will diagnose our, colon instantly when we
Oh,
look
wow.
at it. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
dude.
I don't know. But it's like that. That's kind of like when you'll have that aha moment. But we need these steps along the way
Uh-huh.
to get to that.
So let me
device.
ask you then, Danny, should we be buying these devices now so that when they're perfected, we know how to use them?
We don't necessarily. We always need, or what are they called? Early adopters. Those people have to exist in order for technology to advance. Let them take the hit in their wallets.
Yeah,
and
but
their
what I'm
pride.
saying is by the time it's perfected, you might be 60.
No,
So
because
are
by
you
the
going to
time-
wait? Are you going to wait for
Yeah.
a perfect version of it and then at 60 try and learn technology?
Well, you won't have to learn because by the time it gets to the point where it's mass consumer use,
Mhm.
it'll be so easy to use and just so fluid that you'll just put them on and it'll just work.
Okay, so 15 more years, guys.
15
Yeah,
more years.
exactly.
Yeah. Going back to that video of somebody driving the Tesla with the headset on, it
Mhm.
did cause the Secretary for Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, to advise that the current vehicle laws require the drivers to be engaged at all times.
It's
Mhm.
nice to see him chime up on the most
Mhm.
important issues, like hilarious signs and the Vision Pro.
Yeah.
It's good that he's tackling those important issues that are widespread.
Oh, did he also comment on the stop sign change
The
from
funny
No.
signs.
What's the stop
Oh.
sign saying?
No,
Change?
the
There was
funny signs.
My
Oh,
dad
yeah.
sent me a stop sign change. Some cowboy town had changed the stop signs to "whoa" instead of "stop" or something.
Yeah,
Is that real?
That's not legal. That can't be
Yeah.
real.
I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not. I didn't check. I didn't do any fact checking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should have, because there's just no way. In Japan, the stop signs are upside down triangles, and they take you aside and have a serious conversation. These are our stop signs. You really need to look out for them, because
Mhm.
otherwise you'll probably die. Is basically the
Wow.
lecture I got before I drove
So
over there.
upside down triangle
Yeah.
instead of an octagon
Right?
or a
Talk
sexagon
about
or whatever it
going
is.
against the trend. They're just
Yeah.
like, no, we're going to use something that's completely unrecognizable to like 90%
To
of
all
the
foreigners.
drivers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Luckily, my car would announce them every time I approached them. Like,
So
hey,
it's
you're
like
coming
a
up to a
yield.
stop sign.
It's like a
Yeah,
yield sign.
yeah, exactly. An upside down triangle. So
Okay. So the Study Finds website today, they also had a article released about a new piece of research from Stanford where they talked about the dangerous after effects of using these mixed reality headsets.
What are the
And-
after effects?
yeah,
Dangerous after effects, even. They talked about something that was called a funhouse mirror.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
They
that sounds
also
nice.
yeah, they also talked about the Pinocchio test, where they ask people that are wearing the headset to find their nose and they can't, and it really throws off all of like their spatial awareness even after they wear the headset.
Huh.
Well, if you're living with the headset on, as we will be in the future,
Yes.
then
Mhm.
Have
none of this
to.
matters.
Mhm.
So-
Diarrhea is not mentioned in the study.
I looked
Not
it
one
up, guys.
time?
Diarrhea is not a side effect of motion sickness, although I feel like it should be.
We
Mhm.
knew that
They
already.
talk about simulator sickness.
Simulator sickness. I tried to find when I saw this article on the list. I swear I read something about VR causing people like real life. They would leave VR and then they were slightly more depressed about real life. But
Yeah.
I think that was an article I wrote in my head because I
Mhm.
couldn't find it anywhere.
I think that was Ready Player One.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
Which is
Mhm.
where we're headed, right? With these headsets. I watched Ready Player One yesterday,
Yes.
I've never seen it.
and I noticed that the Apple Vision Pro kind of looks like the headset
Kind
they
of looks
wear.
like that. I forget which streaming site I was on. It was like Netflix or Max, and it was
Netflix.
like the number like 3 or 4 movie on there, and I'm like, "Oh, is this just because it looks like the Vision
It does.
Pro?"
It does. They look
Yeah,
very
but
similar.
But isn't the thing, it's like, "Oh, the world sucks so bad that people are just putting the headset on." Is that where we're going with all this?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I wish I could see into the future. I don't know if I'd want to though.
What's going on
really.
with the metaverse? I feel like we almost never talk about the metaverse. And can I get on the metaverse with the Vision Pro headset, or I can only go into the Appleverse?
That'd be cool if you knew, like, it would be like the blue bubble in text that the people who got on there actually had
Yeah.
legs.
Hey,
but all the
where is
metaverse
everybody?
people-
Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're in the Appleverse now.
Yeah, there's the legless guy. He's got the Meta Quest 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's how it should work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember we used to have all these stories about like all these ghost towns in the metaverse?
It was the saddest place
It was very sad.
in
Yeah.
virtual reality.
It was sad. It made you, and I think that was maybe the goal, is that it made you want to get back to reality as quickly as possible. So you're like, my life sucks. I'm going to pop in here. And they're like, there's nobody here and everyone's sadder than me. I better go back to real world, and then happy as a clam.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about another story that's technology based and a little bit dark. And it comes from the world of deep fakery.
This
As
is more of a
somebody-
concern than
Yes,
Vision
okay.
Pro while driving.
All right. So there was a finance worker in Hong Kong who ended up getting a Zoom call from the business's chief financial officer and then also several other key members of the business that instructed this person to transfer about $20 million over 15 transfers into different bank accounts. And it turns out all deepfake.
Dang. And
They
it was
deepfaked them.
super hard to detect because they didn't ask for
Wow.
20 million in Visa cards.
In
which is normally
Walmart
what
gift
they do.
cards.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Walmart gift cards.
Imagine
Yeah.
though, Tyson, you just get a FaceTime from Deepfake Danny.
Dude. And he's like, transfer all of your money to me and I'll take good care of it. I'm like, yeah, no, immediately. Yes.
Tyson, I need 20 million in Visa gift card cards. You're
I
like, "Oh,
have
for
9
sure."
fingers. 9 fingers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if I don't blame this guy. Maybe he should verify, but I mean, what's going to happen to him? Does it say?
I don't know, because in some way, like, isn't it kind of flattering to the boss that, like, when they say, like, why did you do it? It's like, I do everything you tell me to. It's like, well, that
Yeah.
kind of loyalty, Tyson, is hard to find.
You can buy it
guess
apparently
so.
for $20 million.
Mhm.
Do we have video evidence of this in any capacity?
Ooh, I see
No,
where you're
but
going,
you
Tyson.
think he was in on it?
I mean, you can't, if there's not a Zoom recorded and he's like, it was crazy. It looked like you. And like, I
That's a
don't
good
know.
point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. They don't have they don't mention that if there was a recording of the Zoom call. They just
Everybody's just
mentioned what
trusting this
happened.
person.
Yes.
It is Hong Kong. The Hong Kong police have ways of making you talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, out of all the places to commit a crime.
Yeah. That this article says that the finance worker was initially suspicious because the CFO said it was a secret transaction. But then I guess when the rest of the team came on, he said, okay, well, if all the other colleagues are here and they support the move, I
Secret
guess
or
they gotta
not.
agree with it.
I don't know if I was in a business, if someone asked me to take part in a $20 million secret money transfer.
I also think I would
like to
be
think I
very
wouldn't.
angry, Danny. If I was in a meeting with the staff of RHAP and I was telling somebody to do something, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, no, good idea," and then the person's like, "I think you guys are all fake. I think that you guys are deep faking me.
That could be the
I'm not
future.
buying it." I'd be like, "You're fired. That's it. Get out of here."
No, I think that what we need is a modern day proof of life. The
Show us
deep
look
fake.
at my fingers. Look at my fingers, everybody.
Yeah.
Fingers are fine.
Fingers and teeth. Fingers
Yeah.
and teeth. That's what you have to put on display. Show me your fingers and teeth, which actually sounds kind of scary, like a movie, right?
But the thing
Fingers
is
and
those guys go in and fix the fingers and teeth. You just probably have to do it manually or have
Tyson, I'm just brainstorming here. Okay, there's got to be some other way we can verify proof of life to help thwart these deep fake people.
Yeah. No more taking orders via Zoom for transferring large amounts of money. It has to be in person.
Daily passwords given face-to-face in the office. Safe words.
Safe words. Yeah. I think that we should need to have like tests at the start of all these different conversations that we have.
Yeah. It's like,
everybody tell
20 million.
Everybody tell each other their mother's maiden name right now. That's like
they know that stuff.
Open all the Zoom.
Yeah.
What city were you born in? Everybody go around. Something like that. Your first phone number, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They keep touting quantum computing as a solution to all of our security woes. So maybe as
what
we
is
get closer
quantum
to that,
computing, Danny? I don't even know.
Don't ask me to explain it. I talk about it like I know, but I don't really know the details. Even though I've read maybe 20 articles on it, I still don't get what's going on.
Okay. All right. Well, and then this is another story about $20 million. Tyson, did you see anything about this story about that the Jacksonville Jaguars, they want to be reimbursed for $20 million from FanDuel that allegedly a former employee lost.
In parlays.
It seems like that they use put the credit cards in, and then they lost $20 million like in FanDuel.
Was he betting that the Jags would win?
Yeah, what are we like? How
don't
did he
know.
lose it in FanDuel?
It doesn't. I don't even think it was necessarily a
Bet?
A Pete
Yeah.
Rose moment.
I guess so. Maybe this employee, that they stole $20 million from the Jaguars
Oh,
with the credit
okay.
cards, and then
Interesting.
lost it on FanDuel and on DraftKings, and the Jaguars want that money back, and they're like, no.
Yeah, that seems like the employee's fault. He should be liable for that 20 million. But I don't know
Yeah.
how it works with the law.
Yeah, he
And
siphoned funds for 3.5 years.
yeah,
Only to pump it into DraftKings. And it seems like, I'm sorry, into FanDuel.
Yeah.
Tyson, I feel like if you pump $20 million into FanDuel,
should
you
be
gotta
winning
think you're gonna
something.
hit at some point.
Yeah, you're winning something. But if you keep going long enough, you're losing it all. So,
Yeah.
and who knows what his bet sizing was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. That would be cool. Give me 20 million FanDuel and I'll bet all of it on
Yeah.
FanDuel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a promise and a deal I'll make with FanDuel.
Yeah. They're saying that the sites need to have a anti-money laundering rule.
How would they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you steal this from your employer? No.
No.
How many pictures in here have stoplights?
Yeah.
And then that's the way you prove
were they Japanese stoplights or regular? It's very hard. It's very hard for the robots.
The problem is the Jags didn't notice 20 million disappearing. What they really need to do is go to their accounting department and have them give them $20 million.
It was during the Urban Meyer era. It looks like it started. So like a lot of weird stuff was going on there. But Tyson, you'll like this part that this article says one veteran daily fantasy player told ESPN on condition of anonymity that they believe this person is the biggest loser ever on FanDuel. He was legendarily bad.
So awesome. So awesome.
At least he got notoriety.
Yeah. The biggest loser ever on FanDuel.
The biggest loser ever.
20 million. So this is what he did. He's like, I'll siphon enough to put in some big bets to win the big bets. And then I can put it back in. And he just kept losing. And he's like, okay, so now I just need to win this 38-way parlay. And then I'll have enough.
Do you think he was the deepfake trying to get 20 million to recover his losses?
Maybe that might be
right.
Yeah, that's it aligns. Are you kidding me? And we're the first outlet to maybe make that connection.
Yeah, $20 million, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, and then I guess this is one more finance-related story. For a long time, over the history of News AF, we've talked a lot about cryptocurrency and the legendary founder of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, which nobody knows anything about him. Allegedly. Well, a new lawsuit might reveal the Bitcoin founder. And it might be this person, Craig Wright.
That is not a great name. I was hoping he'd have a cooler name than that.
Yeah. He is an Australian computer scientist. And then he's been saying since 2016 that he is the real Nakamoto, which people dismiss. So what does he want to be Nakamoto?
Yeah, that's weird. If you want to be Nakamoto, you probably are not Nakamoto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nakamoto is not coming forward.
Look at this stupid picture of him. This guy's an attention seeker. He's sitting there in front of that transparent board writing out equations.
You don't think that guy could have invented?
You don't think this is the real Nakamoto?
No, why would he conceal his identity for so long? This guy doesn't look like the kind of person who can keep that secret for very long.
Is this guy come out before as Nakamoto? I think there's been speculation of a few people being the inventor or founder of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And he may have been linked to it for a while, but I don't know.
The more interesting story in this article is the guy who spent his Bitcoin on 2 pizzas, and that Bitcoin is now worth 350 million. I know, but that's more interesting than Craig trying to take credit for creating it. I think lots of people have tried to take credit for this because it's pretty cool if you did. And this guy, look at him. Look at that smug look on his face.
Now,
I don't
if
like
he
him.
proves that he is him, does he get to access some cryptocurrency that he does not yet have the ability to access?
I don't think so, but there is an account in Nakamoto's name that has like a ton of Bitcoin in it, I believe.
So, yeah, I think that there's like a $36 billion, whoever did invent Bitcoin, according to this, is sitting on an enormous stash of cryptocurrency now.
Yeah.
I will say this to Craig. We're looking for money donations to News AF. So if you do
keep
get that money
going.
20 million, it would be nice, I think.
Oh, wait, breaking news from the chat. Tierra, I am Nakamoto. Okay.
Oh, see? Yeah, why not?
I don't know why I would have to disbelieve.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no reason to disbelieve that.
It's as likely as Craig.
Yeah, maybe more likely.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, that's cool that Nakamoto just tunes into News AF all the time.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, and they thought they had the person in 2014, but it was not right.
Well, why are they hunting so hard for that too? Like,
it's a pretty big deal.
This guy. It is a big deal, but still, like, it's a big deal. But like, if the accounts, like, I haven't been keeping up on cryptocurrency,
right?
But there was a time when the Nakamoto accounts had not been touched at all, and they were worth billions. They're still worth billions. If they still haven't been touched, if they haven't been touched at all since like 2010 or whatever, then that leads me to believe that Nakamoto is individually either dead or individually very, very successful on top of this Bitcoin thing.
Yeah. So this is where it gets interesting. So there's 1.1 million Bitcoins that are mined by Nakamoto, right? This guy has failed to provide the keys, the secure code to unlock that. So I think that if he can prove that he is the person, he can then access not $1.1 million, 1.1 million Bitcoins.
So that's 1.1 million Bitcoins is what? 400 million? 40,000 times 1 million?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Swifties haven't tried to give Taylor Swift credit for creating Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to like say that she created that book. It's just like anything good in the world.
What book?
The Argyle, the one that just got turned into a movie. And then she's boosting the economy. She's everywhere. She's everything.
Yeah, she's boosting
Why not
the economy?
Just say that
That's
she also
true.
did this? Why not? She could be Nakamoto. More likely than Craig. Anyone is more likely than Craig. This is my least favorite Nakamoto I've ever seen. I just hate this picture. It's really making me upset.
Yeah.
I'm running hot.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of books, there's a brand new cookbook that's on the market. It's the Chuck E. Cheese cookbook.
Nobody's buying this. Are people buying this? Are people buying as a joke? Maybe like it's at Urban Outfitters next to the like "What's Your Poop Tell You" book.
What is your poop?
Or the pants
Chuck E.
with fake
Cheese
pockets.
and Friends Party Cookbook.
Yeah, hilarious white elephant gift.
Yeah.
Why do we continue to make junk that sucks up real resources? Like this is not a book that ever needed to be made.
Yeah. It's available in hardcover. It's going to be released on March 19th. So a little late for your Super Bowl party, Danny.
Ah, bummer. I didn't know what I was going to cook, but
now you still don't know.
Chuck E. Cheese. What is it? Just pizza? That's it?
No, more than pizza.
Chicken wings?
More than pizza. That there are a number of different recipes for We've got different types of game night appetizers. We've got breakfast foods. We've got
pigs,
some
pigs in a
entrees.
blanket.
Well, they actually make they're not pigs in a blankets. They're actually mummy hot dogs.
The thing with the googly eyes that I'm looking at right now on the cover of the
Yes,
cookbook.
they're called mummy dogs, Danny.
Mummy dogs. All right. And the cakes, Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
Gross. All of this is gross.
Dozens of recipes from pizzas to milkshakes, Southern food to Spanish food, from breakfast to dessert. This cookbook will have a recipe all kids will love.
How much? $22.99. That's a lot of money for a book you'll never use. I mean, out of all the cookbooks you could possibly reach for in your kitchen when considering making snacks, are you really going for the Chuck E. Cheese and Friends cookbook?
Yeah. I don't know why anybody needs a cookbook.
Really? Oh, yeah, because the internet will tell you every recipe ever created.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do look for recipes a lot, but I would never need a book of recipes, right?
Nah, I agree. Why?
Like maybe
Why
it's like a coffee table book. Maybe you love Chuck E. Cheese so much that you just have it out.
If you like Chuck E. Cheese so much, you should get one of the animatronics as these places
Well,
close.
did you watch Five Nights at Freddy's, Danny?
No, I did not. Oh,
You know
did
what
I
that
miss
is?
out on? Yeah, they made it a movie, right?
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
see it
movie.
either.
It's a Five Nights at Freddy's is like it's basically like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics like come to life and are killing people at Freddy's.
Those
Freddy
animatronics
Fazbear.
were not fast enough to instill fear in me.
They're kind of like haunted.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the movie, but what I'm saying is, like, at Chuck E. Cheese, they're creepy. They're very creepy.
They are creepy.
Showbiz Pizza. Remember, it used to be Showbiz Pizza until it turned to Chuck E. Cheese. But I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't be scared of them unless they can move fast.
The T-1000 didn't necessarily have to run fast. It was just so persistent that it was unstoppable. And I feel like that's how these robots would be. Yeah, like you could flee all the way to a different continent and maybe get a couple months reprieve, but eventually the animatronics show up. It's just always there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know what else is a lot like that, Danny?
Go on.
A bear on crack.
No,
Now,
they're
last
the
year we
opposite.
talked a lot about Cocaine Bear. We talked about the Cocaine Bear Museum. But in Florida, there is some new laws that are being passed to allegedly help people kill bears that are allegedly on crack. Now, I didn't even know the bears had access to crack.
Is there just like so much crack in Florida that like you could just pick it up in the forest and eat it?
Now,
It
this
grows.
claim
Grows on
about
trees.
the
Crack
claim
trees.
about bears on crack is unsubstantiated, but there is a Florida congressman. His name is Jason Shope. He loves to hunt, but he says that we need to be going after some of these animals, making it easier to hunt them. He's talking about the bears that he says are high on crack, breaking into people's homes and tearing them apart. Now, we have not confirmed any of these stories here on News AF. He says, we're talking about the ones that are on crack. They break your door down and they're standing in your living room growling and tearing your house apart.
This is so stupid.
When you run into one of these crack bears, you should be able to shoot it, period. And you shouldn't have to pause or be afraid you're going to get arrested or harassed or pay fines. That's just crazy.
Pretty sure there's already a law in the books that says you can shoot a bear in self-defense. You don't need to prove that it's on crack. And how would you even do that? Bear,
Do
are
we
you
need
on
to drug
crack?
test the bears, Danny?
You have to.
Yeah, urine tests monthly.
Mhm.
I mean, aren't there better things for this guy to work on as a, member of what is he in Florida?
Parliament.
As a Florida legislative person.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
come on,
Florida
really?
Congress.
Crack bears? There's
Mhm.
probably been one crack bear. This guy just has the taste for bear blood. And he's like, dude, I
think
just
it
want
was cocaine.
It's like the Simpsons episode. We're here. We're clear. We don't want any more bears. Because one bear wanders into Springfield and they go on this full Like
Mhm.
everybody's picketing and yeah, and the bear is like the most docile, just like wanders in and kind of like and takes a nap, and they're like, we can't have bears in here anymore. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, do you think like if you're a legislator, part of the legislator here or something, is there part of you that just has to get in the news, like to stay relevant enough to
Yeah,
get reelected? It's
You're gonna
like,
campaign off this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. He's going
Yeah.
for re-election. He needs to get the name in other
Just-
people's mouths.
just hammer my name into people's brains for whatever reason.
Mhm.
What's the
Yeah.
craziest law I can come up with? And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, crack bear.
Crack bear.
Yeah. So
It's a problem.
there have been a lot of frequent black bear sightings in Florida. There is no
Cool.
record of a black bear seriously harming or actually no fatal bear attack has ever happened in Florida.
Mhm. Well, consider yourselves one of the fortunate states,
It
Florida.
doesn't mean that they're not dangerous.
Yeah, but
I
lots
mean,
of
look at what Tahoe's dealing with bear wise. I mean, just if anyone needs a crack bear policy on the books, it's Tahoe. They got
Mhm.
big fat bears living in basements. Remember?
Yeah, I
Terrorizing
do remember.
neighborhoods.
But I feel like even Montana, there's a lot of other states who could benefit more from this anti-bear partying law. Like, let the
Yeah.
bears have their fun.
No,
we-
Tyson,
No?
we need to crack down on the
Crack
bears
bears.
getting access to the drugs, Tyson. The
How
bears
they
are
buying
partying too
these?
much.
With Bitcoin.
I don't know.
Just wait till
Yeah.
the bears get into the bath salts.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
No,
And
that's
wasps.
the
What
next
was the other
level
one?
bear
Yeah.
terror.
Bears should be hibernating at this time of year, not taking crack.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure they don't hibernate in Florida.
Or yellow
Mhm.
jackets. Wasn't
Yeah,
that your
that's right. That's right.
yeah.
You could do that too. Yeah, these bears, it's against nature that these bears need to not be taking these stimulants.
Yeah.
They need to be hibernating right
It's
now.
against nature. It's okay for humans because we're
Mhm.
not part of nature anymore. Take
Well,
all this.
yeah, they don't hibernate.
Yeah. Well, I would. If you gave me the choice to maybe hibernate, I might take it.
I might take up hibernating. Wait,
Mhm.
no, I love skiing. I have to hibernate during the shoulder seasons,
Yeah.
going into winter and coming out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Uh,
So we'll keep you posted on some of the Florida bear
Bear
shooting laws.
bills. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole here?
I'm so ready.
All right, here we go. Here comes Danny Bryson's world famous bolt hole.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
All right, Danny Bryson.
You know how I talked about that camera doing the 1,000-year exposure out of Tucson?
Yes.
And I was hopeful. I like to have a caveat. I came across an article about some scientists working on a 1,000,000 square mile sun shield that they hope will bring down the temperature of the Earth by 2.7 degrees.
Wow.
And I just thought, no. These are the things that
Yeah.
will render that camera obsolete. Okay. A giant sun shield that we launch into space that
Mhm.
provides basically an umbrella the size, I think they said, of Argentina to cover the world to bring the temperature down. These are the bad ideas that will make that camera exposure completely pointless. There will be no one to develop
Yeah.
that one picture if we do things like this.
Okay,
Or-
so wait. I just want to understand what you're saying, Danny. So you're
So-
saying that you are against the solar shield because you
Yes!
think it will end the Earth and we won't be able to get that 1,000
I just
year
think that
picture,
I just think
or
that
it will
just-
ruin the picture.
well, actually, yes, that is true. We do need light to make that exposure work, but I just think it'll somehow wreak havoc. These what do they call them? These big ideas. Sometimes humans can't help themselves. I can't even imagine how they would get such an object into space, let alone unfold it and then shield the Earth. But it's these types of ideas that will ruin everything for everyone. Like, humans just, when they realize they can do something, it seems like they're unable to help themselves. and they can't stop themselves from just like checking it out. Whether you're an 8-year-old boy who's like been given some flammable materials, you just have to light that on fire. And that's not something that we lose as we get older. We just deal with more dangerous objects and experiments.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like this. It's like, no, 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 no. You know, let's not do that. We talked about genetically modified mosquitoes. I say no to that. It's like there's such a delicate balance that took billions of years to get to, and we can't correct it with these ham-fisted ideas like a giant umbrella to shield. Who's going to be shielded? How cold would that be? A permanent solar eclipse? I mean, no.
Would it
Please,
be like
no.
completely opaque, the sun shields? Like, I feel like maybe would it be just like a tint on the earth?
Even a tint. I can't even imagine the effects of such a thing. A celestial object.
Tyson,
that
would you be
shields
against
the
a
sun.
little tint in Arizona?
It would probably be nice, but I think that would it drop the temperature on average 2.7 degrees everywhere, or is there some that's getting more? Like, are some places dropping 30 degrees and some places dropping?
Right? How could you possibly know what the result of this experiment would be? Until
Math,
you actually
probably
did it.
math. They probably
I don't even think math. I think when you deal with such a giant system like the ecological system that we have here on Earth, you can't calculate all of the fallout from an idea such as this.
All of a sudden platypuses.
I mean,
are
it's
thriving.
like all of a sudden there's a permanent solar eclipse somewhere on Earth. And who gets that? Who gets the shade, right? Does that result in a war as people fight for the shade?
If it was just Arizona getting the shade, let's do it. Let's figure it out.
Well, it's a huge umbrella, a space umbrella, Tyson. So it's going to cover a lot more than just Arizona.
How about just Antarctica? Can we just like have the sun shield on the bottom of the Earth, Danny?
There you go. Maybe that's not a bad idea. But again, I'm against it because these types of ideas just have so much unknown.
It'll wipe out the penguin population because they're already like living in the frigid cold, and to make it a little more frigid cold is too much.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't mess. It's such a sensitive system. We've already kind of done a lot to, mess with it. We don't need giant umbrellas or sun shields or whatever. What if it turns into
what about a million tiny umbrellas, Danny? How about
a million tiny umbrellas?
Yeah. He's
no,
into it.
Rob, I'm totally against it. This is like,
so what
you're
if
still not changing behavior? You're just creating a giant sun shield.
Can't we just shoot our garbage up to orbit the Earth, and then that will naturally block out the sun as we create more garbage?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of junk in orbit, and with Starlink going up with like 30 to 40,000 potential satellites, I mean, that'll give us some shielding, just microscopic probably, but we don't need these giant, these ideas to genetically modify or to create. I don't even like cloud seeding. I think that's a stupid idea, and we shouldn't be doing it because that water was going to go somewhere else. You know, there was like a plan for that. There was like a natural order, and now we've kind of messed it up. Just don't. Just fix the problems we've already created, and let's not come up with these crazy solutions. Luckily, this one is unlikely to ever happen. I don't even know how they would get that into space, but they're just throwing it around. They're brainstorming, working on it.
No idea is a bad idea is probably what they told this guy before he shouted out his idea.
Yeah, right. And then they're like, you know what? Let's run with that story. Hey, tell the press we've come up with an umbrella the size of Argentina.
We have
hold over the earth.
For it. Yeah. Yeah. They have a great PR team that got that out all over.
They really did. And it was like everywhere on a lot of these science blogs and news sites. So,
wow.
What's the name of this giant umbrella thingy?
I don't think it's even received a name yet. Maybe we could call it the Tyson.
Huh. I don't mind that.
Do you want it to be named after you?
It depends on if it's a positive. If all of a sudden it changes the world for the better, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
But when the aliens come and the world is empty of all life and they see this giant floating umbrella and on it just says the Tyson, they'll assume that you destroyed the world.
They'll live in fear of me forever.
Who is this god, the Tyson?
Where is he? When is he coming for us? Our head must be on swivels at all times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. Be out for or be on the watch out for crazy ideas.
All right. Anything else in the bolt hole, Danny?
No, nothing. I got. I've Yeah,
You
just
s-
dealing with the atmospheric hose that's spraying the
Groundhog said, I
coast.
think it was going to be a shorter winter.
It
Yeah,
did.
well,
That's sad.
winter never really came. It's been really warm
Mhm.
here
Oh,
in
it
Utah.
has.
Do you think they've already deployed the sun shield, Danny?
Well, yeah, but it's warm.
Oh, okay.
So
Maybe they have a sun magnifier. In the winters,
Yeah.
you have a giant magnifying glass.
No, these
And
are
in
the types of ideas, harebrained ideas that are going to get us destroyed, Tyson. Just stop.
Yeah, but it's like, would you rather just like not even try or die trying? Like, I know what 50 Cent would do.
Mhm.
What would 50 Cent do? I
Die
like that.
trying.
But yeah, I'm just out here. We're dealing with the results of the atmospheric hose. That's just spurting all over the West Coast. We're getting some of that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
All right. Be careful out there, Danny.
Mhm.
All
Oh, I'm
right.
so careful.
All right. What's coming up for you?
Tyson.
Who? Me?
Tyson. Yeah.
Oh, I another episode in our Game Changer series podcast, Game Changers of the New Era. We talked to Carson because he got the rule changed on puzzle. Not really the rule change, but
Mhm.
Survivor has been more active in introducing new puzzles since he 3D printed all his puzzles.
Yeah.
And we recorded that yesterday. Should be out in the next couple days. And then lots and lots of rain this week in Arizona.
Oh,
So
yeah.
got to
wow.
You're
figure
getting
out.
it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it though. We love the rain here in Arizona.
Yeah. Be careful. I saw so many mudslides on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. All right, then. Over here on RHAP, just talking about the traders, talking about the
Ooh.
new Survivor 46 cast that just
Mhm.
dropped on
Yeah.
Monday. It's got lots of coverage there, so it's all happening.
I love it. Very, very excited. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I think that's it. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.